too. Him.
You ready, Nick? Let's get him. You're watching the Dribble by Gully TV. Had to get on here and make a video about this. This goes way back to my childhood. This information was just shared on the timelines. It's being talked about all over social media. I had to Google it to make sure that this was 100% factual, but it is. As you know, all good things come to an end, and that applies to network television. This giant of a music platform is something that I grew up with, MTV. I can't remember not having MTV. I'm 48, and MTV, according to the information, has been around for 40 years. I remember when we first got cable. I come from the generation where cable didn't exist. We had about maybe like 6 channels, and TV actually went off at like all of the channels would go off at maybe 1 in the morning or something like that. Anyway, and they would come back on about 5 a.m. The news, and repeat cycle. Anyway, I think I can remember us getting cable in maybe the early 80s, very early 80s. And my experience with cable TV was actually growing up alongside hip-hop music. You didn't see a whole lot of hip-hop music on TV back then. It started to seep through, but MTV was one of the first music platforms where you kind of can get a peek at some hip-hop. My most fond memories of MTV is flipping the cable channels back and forth between Cartoon Express and MTV to try to catch Michael Jackson's Thriller video. I'm almost positive that Thriller made its debut on MTV. They had a big countdown. Michael Jackson was a phenom in the early 80s, but Michael Jackson is probably forever going to be remembered as the king of MTV. I was talking to Cormega on Instagram one day, and he made a post, and the music that he made with his post was Twisted Sister. Twisted Sister is an early 80s rock band, and the reason why Cormega was familiar with Twisted Sister, of course, was MTV. People my age, although we grew up with hip-hop and soul in our homes, we grew up developing a taste for rock music. So Twisted Sister, songs like Welcome to the Jungle, I think that was probably by Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, all of those types of artists. We were introduced to those guys by way of MTV because early on, it wasn't a lot of black or hip hop music on MTV. And you had to sit there and watch it all day to hopefully you would catch somebody like Michael Jackson, Prince, maybe Rick James or something like that. But MTV was dominated by people like Boy George, the Talking Heads, Huey Lewis and the News. I listened to all of these types of artists growing up, but it was all because of MTV. 40 years, man. 40 years, and it's gone. I'm pretty sure the demise of MTV was caused by, of course, the internet. Most people go to YouTube to watch music videos. Then you got the streaming platforms like the Roku remote and shit like that. People don't too much watch television anymore. And after Total Request Live, Carson Daly, AJ and Free, who was on 106 in Park, you started to watch a decline of music programming on TV. People started to strictly rely to YouTube in terms of, getting some type of music entertainment. So you don't really see the music video personalities anymore. Donnie Simpson, AJ and Free, Kurt Loder, Carson Daly. These were people who dominated music television. Getting back to MTV. MTV is an iconic part of music's history. I believe it was one of the first 24-hour platforms that was totally dedicated to music. And oh my goodness, it's so many memories associated with MTV. Yo MTV Raps was one of their first, I believe it was their first foray into hip hop 100%. Prior to that, you might have caught Run DMC on there. Run DMC was like pop artists. You might have caught a little Houdini on there every blue moon, the Fat Boys. You had to be hip pop. You know what I'm saying? You had to be a huge hip hop artist to appear on MTV back in the day. It's so much I can say, man. When I got the news that they were removing music programming from 100% from the network music television, aka MTV, I'm saying to myself, how can they refer to themselves as MTV if there's no more music television? I wish there was something that could be done about this, but you know, all good things come to an end. I didn't expect the whole platform to go belly up, though. I wonder where they go from here, because there were also some really, really good shows that was on MTV. I think like Flavor of Love, and they had shows. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank, but they had shows that was on MTV, and people, you know, gathered around the TV to watch that. MTV will forever be remembered as a family-oriented show, because just like you can see, an adult can see a music video on MTV that they like. Later on, kids started to make up the huge viewership of MTV. Everybody didn't have cable TV early on, and if you did, MTV was one of the standout networks on cable television. I think it probably lasts the longest. I remember USA, Cartoon Express, the Superstation, WTBS, which was from, I believe, Atlanta. WGN in Chicago was on cable TV. That's why you always could watch Chicago Bulls games. Bozo the Clown, that TV show, was also on cable. But as years went by, all of these shows and networks started to change and disappear. And MTV remained for a long time. Life is really, really passing us by. I didn't expect to hear this. I'm pretty sure there's going to be shows dedicated to the memory. A lot of memories associated with MTV. I believe that you will hear more about this story, and you probably will hear a lot of Michael Jackson. All of those early videos, Beat It, Billie Jean, Say 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 with Paul McCartney, Thriller, those are all MTV favorites. Go to Prince, When Doves Cry, when the movie Purple Rain dropped in, I believe, 1984, 85. All of these songs, all of the music videos played on MTV. Video Soul was a music platform that was on BET, but it wasn't on 24 hours a day. So that's what separated MTV from all of the other people who kind of like played music videos. MTV was on 24 hours a day, and they actually had a format where it was almost like a jukebox. They would continue to play the same videos at the same time on the hour during a 24-hour circuit, basically. Man, MTV will be missed, man. A lot of memories. A lot of memories, man. That logo. I should have put on I believe I got an MTV jacket somewhere. MTV will be missed. It really, really will. I'm speechless. I'm at a loss of words. But technology changed a lot of things. A lot of things have changed, and we stopped seeing, we stopped watching because of the internet. We stopped paying attention to networks like MTV. I believe a lot of people don't even have cable like that anymore. Most people rely on their cable companies for internet service, and then if you got internet service, you can basically get a Roku or a Fire Stick and stream entertainment from all across the board. You don't have to, depend on MTV. So that's what happened. Technology ran her on out the door. Rest in peace to a very, very integral part of my childhood. MTV music television. Boy, oh boy, will you be missed, man. This is a very sad day. I don't know why I feel like this, man. I'm like, damn. I didn't expect to hear that. Although I haven't watched MTV in a long time. And I don't even know if they, in recent years, I don't even know if in recent years have they actually still played music videos. I think that's been going for some time now. Anyway, rest in peace to the great MTV. Make sure you keep your shit locked here on the Real Gully TV for the latest in hip hop, sports, and fashion. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the top notification bell, and follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. Peace.
Yeah, this Tragedy Gaddafi repping that truth ever, forever, respectfully. Tune in, stay tuned. We with that Gully TV. Everything Gully, everything ooh ah. 2-5, Queens finest.